E is for Emmanuel. God is with us, sometimes spelt with an I, but we're using the E today for our purposes. Jesus comes as our Prince of Peace. The Apostle Paul in Ephesians 2 says, "For Jesus is our peace, who has made the two groups one and has destroyed the barrier, the dividing wall of hostility, by setting aside in his body the law with its commands and regulation. His purpose was to create in himself a new humanity out of the two, thus making peace." In the Bible, the Old Testament word shalom means more simply than emotional peace or freedom from distress. It means the wholeness of the human experience put under the kind peace of God. I just want to illustrate that in terms of peace in 5 directions. God gives us peace with himself through the complete acceptance with Jesus, his Son, who died in our place on the cross so that our lives might be bridged with him. Peace with God is not a state of mind, it is a state of affairs, of how we are before God. Then, out of that peace with God, we have peace within ourselves. Being accepted by God enables us to think better about ourselves and about others. It means we can regulate our emotions, and the Holy Spirit, the bringer of that peace, can touch our lives, our mind, our emotions, and our will. And that obviously leads to peace with others. Peace in our family relationships, peace with our neighbours, peace in God's world. But each of these things need to be worked at and worked through as we allow the Prince of Peace and the Spirit of Peace to work on and through us. And clearly that means that we can have peace and harmony connected with God's creation, that we're meant to be carers of that creation and stewards of it, and be in right relationship with it, as well as ourselves, as well as each other, and with God. And finally, Jesus will bring peace to come. Peace of a new creation, peace of a new future. Our last song reflects that. We move from Jesus, a baby in a stable, to singing in Once in Royal David's City, our final hymn, and the final verse says, "Not in that poor stable, with the oxen standing by, we shall see him, but in heaven, set at God's right hand on high. There his children gathered round, bright stars with glory will be crowned." Let's worship as we sing this song together, our final song, Once in Royal David's City.